Yeah, I think where this journey started was probably over 12, 13 years ago, when I met Jonathan Drew at a distillery I used to work at in Colorado, and we just really connected. We connected over our passion for craft and artistry and spirits and just art in general, and just in that energy vibe. I think I met your dad first. I thought he was one of the Rolling Stones, and 'cause he looked like it. Had that look. And he said, oh, you got to meet my son. And we just really connected. We connected on a whole different level. And there was always this idea somewhere that we were going to do something someday. We just didn't know what and when. And I think that kind of brought us to more of a present time where, this was kind of a really born from COVID, kind of during the COVID time when none of us, the whole world was shut down. I was spending a lot more time up at James's house on the back deck. We're talking about life and talking about what moves us, what we're passionate about, enjoying cigars, really connecting over the enjoyment of stick, but also the artistry of the world and just humans being humans. And I think that's really where it started to evolve into something where it just occurred to me. I was like, hey, I got my buddy Jonathan Drew over here. I have my friend James, who is so passionate about cigars and everything that he does. This could be a really perfect fit. So that's when we started to really discuss whether this is something that we wanted to do and could do.
Yeah, I think the silver lining of COVID was us getting together and hanging out a lot more. And, you realize that, hey, life could be short.
Right.
And we're fortunate to be hanging out here, and who knows what's going to happen with this world, but then dreams, you start talking about what, you want to do or what you could do or things like that. And us just hanging out was fantastic.
Right. Right.
Everyone's walking around with masks on, and we're able to
socially distance on the back porch.
Absolutely. And
with a couple of cigars in hand.
Couple cigars, watching Rocky Mountain sheep come down the side of the hill. It didn't suck, but for a lot of people it did suck.
Yeah.
And not
we
discounting any of that time, but yeah, it was something special for us. And obviously you had just hooked up with Bolello and taking over Dave Pickerel's gig at Blackened Whiskey.
Right.
And, I don't partake in the whiskey. I know it's fantastic because people tell me
I can attest to that.
It looks cool, yeah. And, what do you, what can we do that I like? And it was cigars. And then you just happened to say, hey, I know this guy, Jonathan, who's a pretty fantastic dude and kind of got similar drive and similar ideas and kind of fearlessness with that, and that was the beginning of it. And then we basically got a couple giant boxes of cigars sent to us, and we got to sit there and try everything you guys practically made, and so we got to basically taste your warehouse, and make notes and take down what we kind of liked. And, obviously it went on from there once we kind of got the thumbs up about this could be a possible thing. Just getting so excited about the uniqueness of the blend. And, same with the whiskey. Like, it really irks me when celebrities slap their name on something just because their financial advisor says this might be a cool little thing,
Right.
Let's slut yourself out to this, and then if that doesn't work, we'll do this. And it's like, no, Metallica, if we're going to do something, we're going to do it right, and we're going to do it all the way down to the roots. And we did that with the whiskey. We wanted it to stand on its own, not because our name was on it. And same with this. Obviously, we have a master distiller of sorts, producer of, you grow crop.
Twigs of leaves. I put leaves together.
Yeah, you do.
You made one comment. First of all, it's been interesting to hear the COVID piece in how that fit in. It was the one piece that was new to me. But when you talked about tasting our warehouse, when you received that first carton, large box, of all the different brands we make, and you started to taste through, and the way you said it, tasting through our warehouse, tasting through our portfolio of tobacco, that was kind of your first layer into Drew Estate, James. That's where you're going through our tobacco in finished form, where the expression is put together as a blend. One of our many brands, right? Then what you did in the second layer of that, when you guys started to talk to us about what types of tobaccos you would like to potentially see in a cigar. You know, we're not a company, Drew Estate, who blends by number. Well, let's do a poll, and whoever likes one of these three blends, that's the blend. We don't give it two shits. Everything we've done has been the raw shit. Like, this is us, because we know if we do something that's not us, and I made that mistake one time in 2002, I had to learn my lesson. We have to stay authentic Drew Estate to the core no matter what. And when we started to hear back from you and your team about the types of tobaccos, now that you've tasted through our warehouse of our brands, let's go one step deeper. Eventually, we're going to get to the leaf itself when we plant crops together, and we're going to talk about seed development. We're going to go layer by layer like the fountain, and right now, the space that you guys have crossed with our team, our master blenders, and you guys driving this, which has been outrageous for us. It's a very different new learning experience. You've now gone deeper into our inventories of tobaccos, so we blend from the Connecticut River Valley, Mexico, Brazil, and in Brazil, a country like Brazil and Mexico, you have Marafina, Mara Norte, Mara Sol, Aripiraca tobaccos. All of these could be farm tobaccos or plantation tobaccos. There's vast inventory of tobaccos at Drew, Dominican Republic, Honduras, Sri Lanka, you know, and then the way we work the tobacco, so when you think about tobacco as a seed, and then you say, here's a seed. All right, where's the country of origin? If you grow that same Criollo seed or Corojo seed, you bring that to Mexico or to Nicaragua or Cuba, what you will get is certain core elements that you might pick up throughout all those countries, but because of where it's grown, even within the country, because we have three key growing areas in Nicaragua, Estelí, Jalapa, and Condega. And we have Ometepe, which is a new one. So bottom line is, when you guys really came back and said, these are the types of tobaccos that you and James, because you were more on the phone with us and more connected. And I was very shocked at where you guys were in terms of taste. And it was, even for me, something that the industry hadn't really yet seen as a start. So it was very cool to work with people who love cigars, love the taste of the cigars, the enjoyment, the ceremony of it, but who aren't necessarily sitting there working on the seed and the leaf. And that, I think, really a connecting piece to this, because the first blend that we did together, when we really started to come together with this idea of diving full scale into the world of Maduro, the darkest, heaviest, richest tobacco style, and that for me was like, all right, we're in the right direction. We're doing something nobody's done, and it's going to be rugged, and it's going to be raw, and the end result in its finishing glory is going to have the smoothness, the boldness, and really we connected there. So I think this experience now has been incredible all around, and now I think we're in the second phase with what we're here enjoying today.
We're no longer dating anymore. I think what's cool
You're a
about
little
this,
easier than me.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. I'm